your attention, please, with the owner of the Silver Hyundai Genesis license W4LSU. Please move your vehicle. You're illegally parked.
Back here at the Palace on the Parkway, Grant Merrill, Jim Gardner, Tony Stowers along with you. A final key to victory for the Benton Panthers tonight, Jimbo.
Hold on to the football. Don't throw it to the guys in white, and don't lay it on that turf.
Sean Carey, Ryan Rodriguez will be back deep to receive for the Benton Panthers. They move from left to right on the radio dial as they elected to receive to get things started off. Matt Johnson, our videographer tonight, Mason Woolbright running the graphics, and we are just about set to go here at the Palace this evening, getting ready for Benton and Lake Hamilton, the biggest game in recent memory. The kick is in the air. It is end over end, and it is back toward Ryan Rodriguez at the 14-yard line. He'll take it around the right side. Actually, Sean Carey to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and he's going to be ran out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. An excellent start for the Benton Panthers.
That's a great return by Sean Carey. Great wall by the Panther return team. And the offense, Grant, that takes the field is the most high-powered offense right now in Benton High School history, averaging 488.7 yards per game, 39.5 points per game. And let's see if the Panthers can jump on the Wolves early.
7 seconds into the ball game, J.B. Davis and Colton Nix will be the twins to the left. Sam Baker split wide to the right, a man on each side of Tariq Bogart, who starts at quarterback tonight. Tariq with the handoff, a quick toss actually to Sean Carey around the left end. He gets to the 45, 50, down to the 45, 40, down to the 36-yard line, and that is where he is ran out of bounds and tackled by one of the Lake Hamilton Wolves. Looks like leading the charge there was Chris Eastburn.
Great job on reading the option by Tariq. I think we all thought Drew Dyer had the football, but it was a great read, great pitch to Sean, and a big first down for Benton.
Bogart with two men behind him at the 36-yard line. He'll take the deep snap right here, and it's a handoff. Actually, he keeps it on the keeper. Tariq Bogart up the middle, gets up to about the 30-yard line, and that'll bring up second and about 5.
Panther offensive line tonight, Grant, is Kellen Hancock and Preston Madison on the right side. Zach Pinkerton is at center. Cole Cleghorn, Jake Edmondson at left guard and tackle.
Shotgun formation, and Rodriguez right next to Tariq Bogart. Actually, Sean Carey. Now we're going to have the flags fly.
Flags on the play.
Saw Zach Pinkerton leave the game early last week at Texarkana. The Panther center, Brett Strasner, stepped in and did a great job in his place, but Zach back in there tonight at center for the Panthers.
The penalty assessed to Benton. That'll bring up second and 10. Twins to the right with Davis and Nix. Baker split to the left this time, and they'll set up in the gun right here. Sean Carey right there next to Tariq Bogart. Tariq back to throw. Guns it up the right side of the field and connects with Colton Nix at the 33-yard line. He'll be brought down at the 31, leading the defensive charge there, Riley Goad for the Lake Hamilton Wolves.
Colton a little slow to get up. We saw Colton have a big game last week at Texarkana, 4 catches, 112 yards and 2 touchdowns, and gets the first reception of the night for Benton.
Trips close into the right, JV out to the left. Now a fumble on the play. Who's going to get it? Is it Lake Hamilton? He pounced on it pretty quickly. I think Tariq. No. We had a flag on the play.
Dead ball false start on Benton, and it looked like Zach snapped the ball while Tariq was still trying to direct traffic on the offense, and the Panthers catch a break early.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 11. 10:40 left to play here. From the 35-yard line, the Benton Panthers will have it, and we have to hold on to the football. No choice here. Close in as Sam Baker split to the right, trips out to the left. And here's Tariq in the gun with Sean Carey next to him. Off the right hash mark, faking a handoff. Now he'll gun it up the middle. Nobody there to get it as it's off the fingertips of Drew Dyer. And that'll bring up 4th and 10 from the 35.
Graham, we've got Grayson Morrow checking into the ball game for Colton Nix. Colton a little banged up on that first reception, and he's on the sideline being attended to, and Grayson Morrow in the ball game.
So they're going to go for it right here. Twins out to the left. That's going to be J.B. Davis, and Drew Dyer trips out to the left. I'm sorry. Grayson Morrow in as well, as Jim just mentioned. Out of the shotgun. Sean Carey right there next to Bogart. Tariq back to pass now. Slings it up the field. JV into the end zone. Touchdown, JV Davis. Benton puts 6 on the board.
How about JV Davis? There is not a safety in the state that we haven't seen JV get behind, and he does it on a big 4th down conversion early in this ball game.
All JV does is catch touchdown passes.
All he does. All he does. The touchdown maker.
I was at church the other night and ran into Judge Bobby McAllister, and I told him I thought that there was a minimum yardage requirement for JV, as we've talked about on this before. The extra point attempt is up through the uprights and good. Benton now leads 7-0, 10-13 left to go in the first quarter, and instead of taking a break, let's immediately go to Tony Stowers for a first security bank by the number stats update.
Well, it didn't take long, that 35-yard pass from Bogart to Davis, a minute and 37 seconds, 66 yards, 5 plays. Panthers 7, Wolves 0.
Well, and one of the things, we went back this week and looked at the Panthers scoring drives this year, Grant. 31 of the Panthers' 40 scoring drives before tonight have taken less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 16 of those less than a minute. And if you add up all of the drives, the Panthers' average scoring in a minute and 28 seconds, just a little over the average right there. But we've seen this offense all year eat up chunks of yardage in a hurry, and the Panthers do it on the first drive of the game.
Prediction right now, do we have another Greenbrier tonight?
I think our defense is better than that.
Boy, they have been the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So we have a 7-0 lead for the Benton Panthers, 10-13 left to play. We have Mason Woolbright in the booth tonight. I just noticed on the Lake Hamilton roster they have Grayson Fulbright. So Mason's got a man with a rhyming name on the Lake Hamilton roster. Wobbly kick is going to be fielded at the 19-yard line by Josh Nazario, and he's breaking free. Nazario to the 40, down to the 35. Somebody get him. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Lake Hamilton.
70 yards.
Holy smokes. How did that happen?
Well, I tell you, Grant, the Lake Hamilton guys told us Josh Nazario is their fastest player.
Obviously.
And he showed it to us right there. Big kickoff return, and Lake Hamilton ties this thing up quickly.
And now they will attempt the extra point right here. We saw a blocked extra point last week at Texarkana, so they may not tie it just yet. We'll see. 10:02 left to go in the first quarter. We can always hold out hope, right, Jim? Here's the kick. End over end through the uprights it goes, and we are tied now. 10:02 left to go in the first quarter. I'm not even going to ask Tony. We'll take a break and be back right after this. You're listening to Benton Panther Football presented by Everett Buick GMC on 690 KEWI, online at Saline247.com. Ron Rodriguez will return the kickoff to about the 16-yard line, and that's where Benton will have it after the Lake Hamilton touchdown. We're tied at 7, 9:57 left to go in the first quarter. Grant Merrill, Jim Gardner, Tony Stowers along with you tonight here on Saline247.com. I'm going to plug my ears. Tony, here's another First Security Bank by the number stats update.
Well, it took 11 seconds for a 70-yard kickoff return for what was the young man?
Nazario.
Josh Nazario.
Josh Nazario. We've had 2 number 11 score already in this game. 7 apiece.
Shotgun formation, trips to the right. Bogart handing off. First man through is going to be Sean Carey. He'll get up to the 29-yard line on a 12-yard gain. That is another Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down.
Man, that's a good little 1-2 punch. If Nazario's their fastest guy, let's put it in the hands of ours. And Sean Carey getting good yardage on first down.
First and 10 Panthers from the 29. Trips to the left side of the line this time. Sam Baker split to the right. 9:46 left to go in the first quarter, and Tariq Bogart is back to pass. He'll sling it up the left side of the field. J.V. Davis jumps up to get it, can't quite bring it down, and that'll bring up second down.
I'm concerned Colton Nix is on the sideline. He doesn't have a helmet on. Grayson Morrow's still in there, and an opportunity for Grayson, who did a great job last year at the junior high level, to step up here and fill a role for the Panthers.
9:39 left to play here. Twins to the left, one-man split to the right. Most everybody else close in as Sean Carey's next to the quarterback, Tariq Bogart. On the keeper, busts up the middle, takes it to the 35-yard line. He stopped and stuffed, not back just a bit, but forward progress should get him to at least the 35, and that'll bring up third and five, I'm sorry, for the Benton Panthers.
Panthers faked it to Carey, and Drew Dyer from the H-back position comes around as a lead blocker right there. Drew, one of the tougher Benton Panthers, trying to lead the way for Tariq.
Number 1, Benton versus number 2, Lake Hamilton tonight. If you're just joining us, we're tied at 7. We've got a man in motion to the left now, and that is Sean Carey. Tariq back to throw, guns it up the middle of the field. Do we have a first down? I think so. We found J.V. Davis at the 41-yard line. J.V. didn't make it very far, but he got just far enough to get that first down. And Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down.
And that may be JV's shortest catch of the year.
7 yards.
But it's a third down converting catch.
Absolutely.
We'll take it.
Big play.
Trips close in to the right, one-man split to the left. That's Baker once again. Tariq Bogart, now a man in motion to the right. That's Sean Carey, and flags flying before we can do anything with it. 8:45 left to go here. We're tied at 7. Looks like a penalty on the Panthers.
Well, and that's our third false start from the line. We haven't seen that all year. Panthers been real disciplined in the line. 3 false starts in 4 minutes here tonight.
Well, they must know these pretty girls on the homecoming court are watching them down in the end zone. A little added pressure there. Trips to the right. And now a man in motion to the right, that's Carey. Bogart back to throw this time. Direct throw into the hands of Drew Dyer. He goes forward to the 39-yard line. Not much of a gain. That'll bring up second and about 14 after the penalty, so maybe a 1-yard gain on the play.
And Chris Eastburn with a punishing tackle on Drew right there. Eastburn is their middle linebacker. He is their go-to guy in the backfield running the ball. Got to keep an eye on number 26 for Lake Hamilton.
Trips to the left this time. Tariq takes the snap, rolling to the left, looking for somebody to pass it to. He'll sling it up the left side of the field. Is it caught by Davis? I think so. I hope so.
It is.
Move up those chains. That should be another Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 from midfield, or from the 49 of the Lake Hamilton Wolves.
It looked like JV was doing a hook slide into the sideline and catches that ball. Great catch by JV, and Tariq throws it where only JV could catch it.
1st and 10 Panthers. Tariq rolling, slinging it up the right side of the field, trying to connect with JV Davis. It falls short. JV was split near the 20-yard line. That would have been about a 30-yard throw, and as it falls incomplete, that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Lake Hamilton 49.
I don't know if you saw that or not, but man, there was no flag, but boy, that hit on the quarterback was a little late.
Yeah, Darius Cooper was putting pressure on Tariq and did knock him down late, caused Tariq to underthrow the pass.
A couple of scores coming in. Conway leading Parkview 7-0. We're tied here. Tariq Bogart rolling out to the left this time on the keeper. Couldn't find anyone to throw it to, and gets tackled just behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Tariq kind of dancing at the line of scrimmage that time. He's looking to get the ball downfield, and
boy, I'll tell you what, though, the Wolves are doing a great job leaving a linebacker or two there to spy, not letting Tariq get loose.
3rd down and about 12 from the 49-yard line of the Panthers. Trips to the right this time, and Sean Carey right there next to the quarterback Bogart in the shotgun. Tariq ready to take the snap off the left hash mark. He directs some traffic, now drops back to throw, slings it up the middle of the field. It's caught by Davis at the 30, Davis at the 25, JV at the 20, down to the 17-yard line. And that's a big Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down.
Well, great protection by the line that time. And Tony, on 3rd down, who's your man?
JV Davis.
Absolutely. We've seen Tariq and JV connect a couple of times on 3rd downs on this drive.
Trips to the right this time. One man split to the left. 6:54 left to go in the first quarter. Tied up at 7, but Benton knocking on the door. Tariq Bogart faking a handoff. Rolling up the middle this time on the keeper. Up to about the 10, down to the 5. Is he in? Yes. Touchdown, Benton. Tariq Bogart gets into the end zone, puts 6 on the board.
And a great job by Sam Baker blocking from his receiver position down near the goal line, springing Tariq, his athletic ability, and the Panthers regain the lead. Lake Hamilton hadn't snapped the ball in the ball game, and the Panthers have had 2 good drives.
Benton will take a 13-7 lead, now trying to make it 14-7 with 6:41 left to go in the first half. Here's the extra point attempt from Grant Hensey. It's through the uprights and good. Benton 14, Lake Hamilton 7, 6:41 left to go in the first quarter. This is Panther football presented by Everett Buick GMC.
Donnell Wells returning the kickoff for the Wolves. Brandon Black making the tackle.
After the kickoff, Lake Hamilton drops the return. They're only able to get to the 22 on the kickoff return. 6:33 left to go in the first quarter. Benton leading at 14-7, and with another First Security Bank by the number stats update, here's Tony.
Our Panthers go 84 yards in 6th place, take 3 minutes and 16 seconds to do it. Benton 14, Lake Hamilton 7.
Nathan Sorry, the quarterback, handoff to the first man through out of the I formation. Busting up the middle is Chris Eastburn, who gets up to the 33-yard line for the Wolves, and he's close to a first down.
Chris Eastburn is 6'1", 230. And we saw a very strong fullback from Little Rock Central last night, and Eastburn looks like a carbon copy of that. Runs low to the ground, runs hard. He's a Drew Dyer type of football player with about 50 more pounds on him.
Runs hard. Man, I still would love to. I would love to coach that kid that ran the ball for Central last night. I'd like to have him for about 30 carries.
Sorry under center I formation again. Back to pass. Nathan Sorry guns it up the middle of the field. Does it connect? It's dropped by Cade Qualls, who was split out to about the 29-yard line.
Interesting, Cade Qualls with only 1 catch coming into the game tonight for 10 yards. Tyler Middlestead, number 28, or excuse me, number 82, is their big play threat at receiver. And Panthers trying to stop him. Got Rashad Porter, their best cover corner, covering Tyler Middlestead on this 3rd down play.
3rd down and a yard. Twins out to the right. I formation once again. Sorry under center. First man through. Eastburn gets up to the 36-yard line, and that's an easy first down and a 4-yard gain for the Wolves.
Let's get the Panther defensive starters here, Grant. Zach Smiley, Andrew Perez, Dylan Murphy, and Austin Viner are across the front. Will Ashcraft, Tim DeZort, and getting his first start in a varsity game tonight, Kyler Nitschke at outside linebacker. The corners are Rashad Porter and Ryan Rodriguez, and the safeties are Stone Cold Stone Paul and Jesse Benton.
From Benton. 1st and 10 from the Wolves' 37-yard line. Twins out to the right. Sorry, back to pass now. Slings it up the left side of the field. Levi Ringstorp, his intended receiver. The incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. The Wolves at their own 37.
And we've seen the Wolves drop a couple of passes. Panthers have had a little difficulty on the offensive line early going. Looks like Lake Hamilton's had a little bit of trouble holding on to the catches.
You're right about one thing. They do run a lot of different formations in a rather short amount of time. 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. They've gone I formation. They've gone pistol. They've gone just about everything tonight.
And going flex bone this time.
Now Sorry back under center with a man in motion to the left.
Ball
dropped. He drops it. Who's got it?
Dylan Murphy's fighting for it.
We'll see if the Panthers got it or not. Looks like the Wolves will keep it. They were able to pounce on it pretty quickly. Sorry there with the loss of a yard after dropping the football, and that'll bring up 3rd and 11 from the 36.
Well, Lake Hamilton gave a flex bone look, and it looked like they were going to run the rocket sweep where the wingback goes in motion and they pitch it to him on the run, and even Lake Hamilton looks like they're having a difficult time lining up.
Back again in the flex bone. There's a quick toss, or no, not a toss. He fakes, and Sorry guns it up the middle. Nobody there to get it. And I will say this, Benton covered that one just perfectly.
Again, trying to throw it to Cade Qualls, and let's give it up to Rashad Porter on the first possession for Lake Hamilton. Their big go-to guy, Middlestead, was not open as an option for Sorry to throw to.
That'll bring up 4th and 11 from the 36-yard line. Lake Hamilton forced to kick it away right here. 4:43 left to go in the first quarter. Well, Jim, it is approximately, 7:22 at night. We have not received a text message from Jason Kelly, presuming that Glen Rose is the new state champion in Class 3A, but we're expecting that might be coming. End over end kick bounces high at the 30-yard line. It'll be marked off at the 26, and that's where Benton will take over.
Well, I'm telling you, Ethan Jackson punted that ball, and he just got leveled by Tim DeZort. Tim, did he make any tackles on that possession, Tony?
He had one solo, one assist.
Okay, so I was going to say, we didn't call Tim's name as we usually do, and he took out a little frustration on the Lake Hamilton punter there.
Let's see here what happens here. It'll be
it's a false start on Lake Hamilton, and the question is, will Benton accept it or decline it?
It was a 40-yard punt. They're going to decline it. I guess you got the ball, bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush.
Absolutely, with this offense for sure.
4:30 left to go in the first quarter. 14-7 our score. 1st and 10 Panthers at the 24-yard line, moving left to right on the dial. We'll see what they do right here. It is a packed house here tonight, not only in the stands, but in the press box and everywhere else. Lake Hamilton brought their radio crew tonight from 104.5 The Bull, where they move between every song. Handoff, Tariq Bogart, handing off, then getting it back. It's a reverse kind of play gone bad.
Was that a triple reverse
that
flip
was
back?
A triple reverse flip back that they were unable to execute.
The odd thing about that triple reverse is we only send one man downfield to throw to.
Everybody was back there handing it off to each other. That was the longest developing play in the history of football.
That wasn't a triple reverse. That was a game of hot potato.
That's what it looked like.
2nd down and 10 from the 24-yard line, trips to the left. I think we're going to go more conventional this time. Tariq slinging it up the left side of the field to the 30-yard line where J.V. Davis was in waiting. Wow. And that is going to bring up 3rd down and 4. And we'll see what they do right here.
Already 5 catches for JV, 90 yards.
Well, I was going to say, if conventional is J.V. Davis, I'm all in.
Yes.
3rd down and 4 from the 30-yard line. Trips out to the right. Shotgun formation once again. Tariq Bogart faking a handoff and on the keeper, running up the middle, gets the first down. The Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down, or he should have it. He was tackled near the 35-yard line, and they will move up those chains.
How about this, Jim? 8 first downs already for the Panthers and 4 of 5 on 3rd down.
Well, the Panthers doing a good job, and as Tariq gets that first down on the ground, elusive is the word that comes to mind. There wasn't a lot of room to run, and Tariq makes something out of nothing on his own.
Trips out to the right this time. Tariq Bogart rolling to the right. Quick toss to Sean Carey. Carey at the 35 gets up to the 40, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6. Couple of scores coming in. Pulaski Academy leading Sacrificial Lamb Little Rock Mills 15-0 right now. Greenbrier trailing Shiloh 14-12.
It was a good job right there by Grayson Morrow on a cracked back block to spring Sean for the 5-yard gain.
2nd down and 5 from the 40. Twins out to the left side of the line here. A man to each side of the quarterback, Tariq Bogart. Tariq back to throw, slings it to J.V. Davis near the first down marker at the 47.
You got to give it to Alec Young right there as the cornerback. If he doesn't make that tackle, JV's gone to the house with that one. And we are seeing Tariq and JV in a zone in this ball game. 6 catches already for JV.
Well, you watch the Wolves play defense, and you kind of pick your poison. Is Tariq, you're going to give him the run, you're going to give him the pass. It looks like they're content to let him throw the ball a little bit and try to contain his running ability, and right now it's working out well for us.
Another Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down, and now Tariq Bogart trying to hand off to Sean Carey. He goes nowhere.
Well, 67, Alec Martinez, a 5'9", 240-pound defensive lineman, blows up that draw play for Benton. Loss of 3 on the play.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 12. Glad you're with us tonight here on KEWI and online at Saline247.com. Grant Merrill, Jim Gardner, Tony Stowers along with you. Recently named Best Broadcast Crew in America by my mother and her friends. Back to pass, Tariq Bogart aiming for JV Davis. It's intercepted, picked off by the Wolves, and Josh Chancellor will take it the other way for Lake Hamilton. Not what we wanted to see with a minute 53 left to go in the quarter.
Well, that's the second time we've seen Tariq rolling to the right, to the short side of the field, and underthrowing JV on that play. It was a good interception by Chancellor. Ball underthrown, JV trying to work back to it. And Tony, one of the things that concerns me is with Colton Nix out of the lineup, we are going exclusively to JV in the passing game.
Yeah, and I imagine their defensive coordinator is beginning to figure that out.
I formation for the Wolves. Sorry with the handoff to Eastburn, and he'll go to the 37-yard line. A 4-yard gain will bring up 2nd and 6.
Tim DeZort, leading tackler for the Panthers on the season, with 68, 17 last week at Texarkana on that tackle.
1:35 left to go here. 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 33. I formation once again. Twins out to the right side of the line. Sorry, back to pass now. Slings it up the right side of the field and connects with the big man, Trevor Middlestat, who's ran out of bounds at about the 46-yard line.
That's a good job by Rashad. They're going to get their catches on those little short out routes and hitch routes. Just can't let it turn into a big play, and Rashad with a good sure-handed tackle on the outside.
Totally off subject. They just put on the Jumbotron that somebody with the tag number We for LSU needed to move their car. I'm not sure I would claim that car if they called me out in the middle of the deal.
That's probably Blake Fogelman.
Sorry, rolling to the right this time to the 45. He'll be ran out of bounds at midfield, about a 5-yard gain to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Wolves. Glad you're with us tonight here on KEWI Benton. 1:13 left to go in the first quarter, and Benton leading Lake Hamilton right now 14-7. If you're joining us on radio, if you're watching online, you can see the wonderful graphics provided by Mason Woolbright at the bottom of the screen, and a flag flying as Nathan Sorry tries to hand off to the second man through. That's Mason Woolbright, not to be confused with Lake Hamilton offensive lineman Grayson Fulbright.
We're going to milk that one for all it's worth, aren't we?
We are. We got to get Mason good tonight.
Can we go on with the announcement?
Sure.
That the Benton Bryant 8th grade and freshman games this year will be live video streamed on Saline247.com.
Outstanding. A little Salt Bowl action there. That is going to bring up 2nd and 11 from the 44-yard line. And here's a handoff to the first man through. Eastburn's going to get up to about the 48-yard line. Our buddy Quentin Bagley down at the Little River News just texting this score in. In the midst of the first quarter, Arkadelphia leading Ashdown 21-0. I don't think anybody will beat them this year.
Nope.
3rd down and 7.
I don't think anybody will be in a ball game with them.
Ball at the 48-yard line.
Timeout, Lake Hamilton.
Now the Wolves want to talk things over. We'll take a timeout with them. Be back right after this. You're listening to Benton Panther Football, presented by Everett Buick GMC on 690 KEWI, online at Saline247.com. Third down and 7. Lake Hamilton at the 48-yard line. Out of the timeout, we've got 44 seconds left to go in the quarter, and Benton leads at 14-7. Grant Merrill, Jim Gardner, Tony Stowers along with you. Twins out to the left. The quarterback, Sorry, out of the gun, rolling to the left this time, takes it to the left hash mark, slings it up the left side of the field. His intended receiver, Trevor Middlestat, unable to get a hold of it. And good pass coverage there by the Benton defense and Jesse Benton.
That's Jesse and Ryan Rodriguez both, and they're not going to let Middlestat beat them deep. Panther defense this year allowing opponents just a 27% conversion rate on third down, 25 of 92 coming into the game. And Tony, again, the Panther defense able to get off the field on third down.
At 1 of 3 tonight, and you know that they've got 7 on the board, but they haven't got the 7 on our defense.
No.
They got the 7 on the kick return.
4th down and 7 from the 48-yard line. The Wolves with twins to the left this time. Now they're going to punt it away. And back deep to receive at the 10-yard line was
Sam Baker.
Sam Baker.
Yeah, he's in there in place of Colton. And I'm looking for Colton on the sideline. I don't see him right now. So probably got him back in the indoor complex. And we hope Colton gets back. He is a cog in this machine for the Panthers.
2 minutes left to go in the first quarter at Glen Rose. Beavers 28, the Center Point Knights 0. 25 seconds left to go in the first quarter here, and Benton leading 14-7 over the Lake Hamilton Wolves. We'll see what happens here. Sam Baker split to the right. We've got trips to the left. And in the gun, Tariq Bogart with Sean Carey set up next to him. Bogart back to throw this time. Slings it up the middle of the field. Connecting with his receiver, who makes it to the 21-yard line. Is that JV?
That's Drew Dyer, and he caught it at the 15, Grant, and drug defenders to the 22. And the window for Tariq to throw in was so small, but he threads the needle. Drew holds on to it, and it's a first down Panthers.
That was all desire. That was all just wanting to get the first down.
Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down, makes it 1st and 10 from the 22. 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and I think they're going to let the clock roll out on this one. We'll take a break with them, be back right after this. You're listening to Benton Panther Football, presented by Edward Buick GMC on 690 KEWI.
79 yards for us in the quarter.
Wow. Back at the Palace on the Parkway, getting ready to start the second quarter here tonight. Panthers lead 14-7. Score updates from around the county. Glen Rose leads Center Point 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. In conference play, Fair leads Sheridan 8-0, and Pine Bluff leads El Dorado 14-0. Across the state, Conway leads Parkview 10-3. Greenwood and Southside are tied at 7. Jonesboro leads Searcy 19-0, and North Little Rock leads Marion 7-0. Tariq Bogard takes the snap. He rolls to the left and keeps it upfield, and is going to be brought down just over the 25-yard line. Tony, a first security by the number stats update for the first quarter.
Well, the first quarter goes our way. The Panthers go for 179 yards, 10 first downs in the first quarter. The Wolves go for 30 yards and 2 first downs.
So a dominating quarter for Benton, with the exception of the kickoff return for a Lake Hamilton score. It's 2nd down and 7 for the Panthers. Bogard takes the snap. He steps to his left. He's going to throw downfield to J.V. Davis. Oh, my. J.V. had the safety beat, and the safety makes a great job. Bryce Briggs, a sophomore back there for Lake Hamilton, closing the gap, and is able to knock it away from JV at the last minute.
Nice play there. You got to give the little defensive back some credit there. That was a nice play. Was going to go for big yardage, maybe a touchdown.
3rd down and 6 for the Panthers. Ball on the 26-yard line. Trips to the left. Single receiver is Sam Baker to the right. Sean Carey in the backfield with Tariq Bogard. 11:22 to go until halftime. Panthers lead by 7. Bogard takes the snap. He hits Sam Baker on the slant route. Baker fighting, and he's got the first down. Jeremy Hutchison for State Senate first down for the Benton Panthers as Sam Baker catches the slant pass from Tariq Bogard. First down, Benton. And the Panther drive stays alive. Panthers doing a good job getting off the field on defense and a great job of keeping drives alive on offense. Third down conversions for the offense, Tony.
Well, that makes us 5 of 6 on third down.
5 of 6 on third down for the Panthers. 1st and 10 at the 37. Tariq Bogart's going to fake. He's going to follow Drew Dyer, and he's up to the 45-yard line. Did I see a penalty flag thrown in there by the umpire?
You sure did, brother. We're going to get a hold.
Yeah, going to bring it back. It's going to be a holding call on the Benton offensive line. And the Panthers having a lot of success bringing Drew Dyer off the H-back, leading Tariq on the quarterback keep. And they're having a hard time finding out where to put the penalty flag to mark the thing off. They're going to put it at the 36-yard line. So the Panthers are going to be in a 2nd and 20. Right about the 27-yard line. 1st and 20 for the Panthers as Grant Merrill rejoins us.
1st and 21.
Well, sometimes duty calls. 14-7 our score. 10:48 left to play here. First half action from the Palace on the Parkway. Twins to the left. And now Tariq back to throw off the right hash mark, looking for somebody to sling it to deep down the field. Here's J.B. Davis with the catch down at the 25-yard line. That's the biggest first down we've had just about this whole year.
Well, J.V. is on pace to break his night at Greenbrier. We saw him go for just under 300 yards at Greenbrier. Where is he now, Tony?
7 catches for 144 yards.
And Tariq did that on 1st and 21.
What a strong throw by Tariq, too. Great job at JV bringing it in double coverage, but Tariq with a strong throw.
Twins to the left this time. Tariq Bogart handing off to the second man through Drew Dyer, who stopped and stuffed at the 27-yard line. So not much of a gain, just about a yard's lost there.
Well, that's 4 guys for Lake Hamilton that are unable to bring Drew to the ground. He stopped his forward progress, but that's the toughest son of a gun in Benton right there, Drew Dyer.
10:01 left to go here. Twins to the left. A man to each side of the quarterback, Tariq Bogart. And now back to throw. Bogart slings it up the left side of the field. And he got to Grayson Morrow. Morrow was out at the 25-yard line and immediately just pummeled.
Well, Grayson not able to bring it in, but he was hit very hard by number 11 for Lake Hamilton, Josh Nazario, playing a safety position. We saw him run the kickoff back early in the ball game, and he's a hitter in that secondary for Lake Hamilton.
Twins to the left. Let's see what happens here. Back to throw this time. Tariq looking for JB. Touchdown, Benton. He slings it into the end zone. JB's there to get it. Put 6 on the board. It's a 20-7 ball game.
Well, you run out of superlatives with Tariq to JV. I tell you, it is a potent combination, and they hook up again. That's JV's 10th touchdown receiving on the year. What a combination.
Wow, Grant Hensey will try the extra point right here to make it 21-7. 9:40 left to go in the first half. Here's the kick. It is through the uprights and good. Benton leading it 21-7 over Lake Hamilton. 9:40 left to go in the half. Back after this, you're listening to Benton Panther football presented by Everett Buick GMC.
Grant Hinckley will be kicking off for the Panthers. Donnell West is deep. Hunter Lipton returning the kickoff for the Wolves. Tim DeZork making the tackle.
Welcome back. 9:34 left to go in the half. 21-7. The Lake Hamilton Wolves return it to the 34-yard line where they'll take over 1st and 10. Here's Tony with another First Security Bank by the number stats update.
Well, it takes our Panthers 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go 88 yards in 8 plays. Benton 21, Lake Hamilton 7.
First and 10 Wolves from the 34. Everybody close in, and now quick handoff to Hunter Lipton, and he is immediately met by the Benton Welcoming Committee here at the Palace, and they'll drop him for a 5-yard loss.
Andrew Perez just absolutely overwhelms the offensive guard for Lake Hamilton and drops Lipton for a big loss. Grant, Tariq Bogard with 21 touchdown passes this year. He's just 4 shy now of a school record set by Nubbin Ray all the way back in 1952. Tariq with 47 touchdowns for his career now as a Benton Panther quarterback.
2nd and 14, Twins out to the left side of the line. And the whistles blow as we see our friend Scott White from Farmers Bank and Trust walk by and give us a nod. Appreciate all he does.
How about delay a game on the Wolves?
It's not one you usually see in a game like this, but that'll bring up 2nd and 19, especially when they're at 2nd and 15.
Well, I tell you one of the things, we worried about the Benton defense lining up with all these formations, but Lake Hamilton has been a little out of sync offensively with all the formations as well. And again, Eastburn having trouble lining up correctly.
Eastburn getting some traffic directed here, and back to pass. Sorry, he'll sling it up the left side of the field. Nobody there to get it. That'll bring up 3rd and 19.
I tell you, Tony, it looks to me like Lake Hamilton's trying to do maybe a little bit more than their young men are prepared for right now offensively.
Well, I doubt, they were in a situation last week where they were down a touchdown or two, but this is a team that's not used to be playing from behind, and they've done nothing on offense in this ball game so far. They may be pushing the panic button just a little bit.
3rd down and 19 to go from the 25-yard line, 8:26 left to go in the first half. Benton leading at 21-7. Sorry, back to pass for the Wolves on the keeper. Runs up the middle to the 35, up to the 40. Brought out at about the 43-yard line, and that's going to be an 18-yard gain. May get him a yard shy of a first down.
Boy, that was a generous spot.
And that's the thing you worry about is Sari's ability to run. He's their leading ground gainer with 518 yards coming in. And he's got some wheels when the pocket collapses. He showed it right there.
4th down and inches from the 44-yard line. Back under center, Sorry handing off to Eastburn. Eastburn trying to bust up the middle to the 46-yard line. Gets the first down on the I formation.
Grant, we've got a interesting score from Northwest Arkansas.
Uh-oh.
Fort Smith Southside 21, the University of Greenwood 14.
No kidding. Wow.
Keep an eye on that one.
No love lost between those two, guaranteed. 1st down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Man in motion to the right for the Lake Hamilton Wolves. Sorry, rolling out of the gun to the right. To the right hash mark, he goes on the keeper instead. He's dragged down by big number 92, Dylan Murphy, for the Benton Panthers.
I tell you, Dylan is fast becoming one of my favorite Panthers. He is blocked. He comes from his noseman position. There is a offensive lineman, Josh Graves, out there trying to deflect Dylan from his pursuit, and he still tracks down Sorry from behind. Great effort for Dylan.
We got Dylan for 4 tackles so far tonight.
2nd down and 7 from the 49-yard line. Sorry back under center again. Quick toss into the hands of the second man through. Hunter Lipton will get down to about the 45-yard line or so, close to a Lake Hamilton first down. That'll bring up 3rd and a yard.
And it seems like Lake Hamilton's having success when they go just to the I formation and try to overpower us at the point of attack with Eastburn as the lead blocker.
3rd down and a yard from the 45. Benton leading at 21-7 over the Lake Hamilton Wolves. If you've just joined us, Sorry, back under center with a man in motion to the right. Handoff, second man through, busts up to the 42-yard line, gets the first down for Lake Hamilton.
There's Zach Smiley in there on the tackle for the Panthers, but a Lake Hamilton first down.
Be interested to get a score on El Dorado and Pine Bluff coming up here in the next few minutes, as of course the Wildcats are next opponent.
I've got one. You want it?
Let's do it.
14-7 Zebras.
Go Zebras, go. Never thought I'd say that. 6:37. I'd like to catch El Dorado at just the right time. Back under center, Sorry. Man in motion to the left. Sorry rolling to the right this time. And sacked in the backfield near the 49-yard line for about a 7-yard loss.
Boy, that's what you love to see. That front four getting pressure. That's Zach Smiley, Garrett Taylor, Andrew Perez, and the man who finishes him off, Dylan Murphy. Great pass rush for the Panther front four.
You know, when the guys from Atkins call into the scoreboard show, they always have nicknames for everybody. I think Dylan's nickname tonight would be the Punisher.
The Punisher. He's putting some punishment on Sorry, that's for sure.
How about Matt Dylan Murphy?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gosh, now I see how these nicknames start. All right, handoff to the first man through. That's going to be Donnell West, the running back for Lake Hamilton, and he'll get up to about the 43-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 11 on a 5-yard gain for the Lake Hamilton Wolves.
Well, and one of the things that you feel good about, Stone Paul, we're calling his name for the first time tonight.
Yep.
Safety not having to come up on a lot of tackles and run support. Panther front 7 on defense doing a good job. Stone playing a great safety spot that time for the Panthers.
3rd and 11 from the 43. Twins out to the right in an I formation now for Lake Hamilton. Sorry, under center, handoff to the, whoa, he faked a handoff to the tailback. Now guns it up the middle of the field and connects with his open receiver. That is going to be Trevor Middlestat, who brings it up to the 25-yard line for a Lake Hamilton Wolves first down.
Well, that was a good job by Middlestat. He was hit right as he caught the football by Jesse Benton, is able to bounce off the tackle. And Tony, did you see who made the tackle 15 yards downfield?
No,
Dylan Murphy. Dylan Murphy downfield, pulling down a receiver.
1st and 10 from the 26 of the Panthers for Lake Hamilton. Sorry, handoff, second man through is Eastburn, who will get up to about the 24-yard line, and the 2-yard gain may bring up 2nd and 8.
And that's a Jerry Clay play, if there's ever been one, that wingback trap inside reverse. And it's the first time we've seen it tonight. It's been a staple of his since he coached at Fountain Lake High School. And you know when they get in the eye with that wingback, they're going to run that a time or two a game.
This is the 11th play of the drive, so they've had the ball for a while.
Twins out to each side of the line. One back set behind Laurie, who rolls to the left now, looking for somebody to pass it to. Instead, on the keeper, he'll run to the 15, up to the 10, out to the 5-yard line, but a flag flies near about the 17.
I tell you, that's the thing that scares you the most about their running game. Sorry, he is fleet of foot when that pocket breaks down, as we saw right there.
I'll say, listening to the PA system, that there's nobody that can say there is a flag on the play as dramatically as Steve Landers, the voice of the Panthers.
Absolutely.
That and Elvis has left the building. 2nd down and 8 will turn into 2nd down and a first down.
Yes.
As, well, when it's a penalty that causes the first down, anyway, Lake Hamilton will move forward. Wasn't sure if we were going to let Jeremy sponsor that one or not. Down to the 5-yard line we go. First to goal for the 5-yard line for Lake Hamilton. Back under center. Man in motion to the left now. Handoff, Eastburn, touchdown Lake Hamilton. Chris Eastburn will run into the end zone, almost untouched, to make it a 21-13 ball game.
Well, Lake Hamilton having some success that drive with the just the I formation and the lead fullback opening up the hole and outnumbering Benton at the point of attack, able to get the ball in the end zone.
This thing is far from over, that is for sure, and Ethan Johnson, the kicker, will try the extra point now for Lake Hamilton. Here's the kick. It is up through the uprights and good. Oh, no! No, sirree. It goes off the right goalpost. Holy smokes. That'll leave our score at 21-13. Benton leading it by 8. And that's big right there.
That is big. That could, in a game like this, back and forth, that could definitely be the difference now. Maybe Lake Hamilton has to chase some points, makes it a lot harder.
All right, we'll take a break. Be back right after this. 3:59 left to go in the half. Our score, Benton 21, Lake Hamilton 13. This is Benton Panther football presented by Everett Buick GMC.
Ethan Johnson will be kicking off for the Wolves. Drew, Sean Carey and Ryan Rodriguez are deep. Ryan Rodriguez was tackled by Donnell West.
.352 left to go in the first half of play. It's Benton 21, Lake Hamilton 13 as the Panthers return it to the 19-yard line. Let's go to the Tony Stowers first Security Bank by the numbers stats update.
Appreciate you naming that after me, Grant.
Yes.
It took the Wolves 12 plays to go 66 yards in 5 minutes and 4 seconds. A very ball-controlling drive, and they pulled within 8.
3:52 left to play here. Shotgun formation, handoff to Sean Carey, but flags flying before he can go anywhere.
Yeah, he was starting forward before the snap. That's illegal procedure.
If we were only in an arena.
Well, we're Canadian. The Canadian League, that would have been perfectly
exactly.
legal. You can have 2 or 3 guys going toward the line of scrimmage at the snap in the Canadian Football League.
Get that head start.
Yeah.
That'll bring up first down and 15 from the 14-yard line. See what the Benton Panthers do right here. Twins out to the left, one man to the right, and a man on each side of the quarterback, Tariq Bogart, with a quick toss into the hands of Sean Carey around the left side of the 20, 25, 30, up to the 35-yard line he goes.
I tell you, the Panthers are doing a great job on that option. Everybody collapsing that time on the Lake Hamilton defense on Drew Dyer, and Sean Carey's 20 yards downfield before a Wolf even comes into the picture.
Sean Carey, 5 carries, 56 yards.
Great average.
All right, a man on each side of Tariq Bogart. Now he'll hand off. No, he'll get a quick toss to Sean Carey on the right side. It was in and out of his fingertips.
Sean Carey recovering the fumble.
Maybe tried to pitch it just a little too far that time. Quite a gap between Tariq and Sean on that option, and Sean not able to hold on to it. Boy, that's what you worry about, though. Panthers can't turn the football over, especially deep in their own territory.
Not quite as long as that pitch we saw from hash mark to hash mark last night.
Yeah.
Twins out to the left side. And now Tariq Bogart back to throw off the right hash mark. Instead, he keeps it rolling to the left this time, evading one defender. He gets to the 30, ran out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So that'll bring up about 3rd and 9 after a 9-yard gain.
Again, seeing Tariq show his athleticism there as the pocket breaks down, scrambles to the wide side of the field, and puts Benton in a 3rd and more manageable situation.
Jim, from Putnam County, the Redskins up 28-21 on the hated Winfield Generals. So I knew you'd be interested in that.
Thank you.
Dang you, Generals. Trips to the right. One man split to the left, and back to pass. Bogart off the left hash mark, slings it up the middle of the field. It's almost picked off. That's going to bring up 4th and 10.
Josh Chancellor had 1 interception already in this first half, and he's able to get his hands on a second ball there as Tariq throws one that goes in between J.V. Davis and Sam Baker, and it puts Benton in a 4th and 10 situation.
First punt of the night for the Panthers.
Stone Paul in punt formation for the Panthers.
So let's see what happens here. 4th down and 10 as Stone Paul will punt it away.
John Penn, the deep snapper.
Here's the kick. High, end over end. It is going to bounce at the 40-yard line of the Wolves and roll back to about the 36.
Garrett Taylor down in the ball for Benton, and all of a sudden this becomes a very big drive in this football game. You got 2 minutes and 38 seconds till half. The momentum has been really on the Panthers' side this whole first half, but Tony, a drive right here, and Lake Hamilton can get within one or potentially tie this football game.
Yeah, it's a half that we have dominated, but this is big here. This will determine if we go to the locker room with the lead, we can go in there and adjust. Like you say, they've been lining up in I formation, and I formation's been giving us fits. So hopefully we can hold them off here, get to the locker room with the lead.
Well, and the Panthers go with Julio Gomez now in place of Kyler Nitschke at an outside linebacker position, personnel change.
And now, the quarterback, back to throw, slings it up the left side of the field, connecting with Eastburn at the 39-yard line. He'll make it up to about the 48. About a 10-yard gain, close to a first down, should bring up 2nd and inches.
It's a well set up screen right there for Lake Hamilton. Tim DeZort, something we don't see very often at all, is Tim not able to bring down Eastburn after the catch. Ryan Rodriguez is able to make the tackle, but it's 2nd and very short for Lake Hamilton.
2nd and a yard, I formation this time. Now the handoff, or a fake handoff. He rolls out to pass now. Slinging it up the middle of the field. Cannot connect with his intended receiver, Middlestat. And that'll bring up 3rd down in the yard.
Jesse Benton with really good coverage right there. I was afraid we might get a pass interference call as Jesse comes from behind. And Middlestat with just 1 catch in the first half, Tony?
Yes, I've got Nathan 3 of 9 for 33 yards, and that's right, Middlestat the 1 catch.
1:57 left to play here. I formation once again. Eastburn takes the handoff, busts through to the 49-yard line. First down for the Wolves, and they break a yard into Benton Panther territory. So that'll bring up 1st and 10. From the Panther 48. Minute 50 left to go in the half. 21-13 our score. Twins to the right now. And now slinging it up the right side of the field is He'll connect with Eastburn down near the 40-yard line. Fumble on the play. Who's got it?
Well, Julio Gomez with the tackle. I believe they're going to mark him down at the 41-yard line. Clearly Benton recovers the football, but they're going to mark him down, and the clock's running as we march toward the end of the first half.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3 from the 41. And now back to pass again, and he's sacked. Sacked way behind the line of scrimmage for about a 6-yard loss.
Boy, that's a good job by Andrew Perez getting his 2nd sack of the first half right there. Dropping for a big loss, and Jerry Clay takes a timeout.
We'll take it with them back after this. You're listening to Benton Panther Football, presented by Everett Buick GMC on 690 KEWI. Back here at the Palace on the Parkway, Benton leading Lake Hamilton 21-13. 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go in the first half. Grant Merrill, Jim Gardner, Tony Stowers. And with the Northside Church of Christ upset alert, Reverend Gardner.
Southside 28, Greenwood 14.
On the keeper, running up the middle, gets a first down for the Lake Hamilton Wolves as he'll break to the Benton 30-yard line, a 20-yard gain with 1:04 left to play here, and they're going to try to tie it as we go to halftime.
Well, it's time to bow your back right here, defense. No more bend but don't break. Let's just stop this thing right here.
Twins to the right side, under center. Takes the snap, rolls to the right this time, looking for somebody to sling it to, finds Middlestat. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Lake Hamilton.
Well, and that's where Middlestat is so good, Grant. He's not open as he makes his out route. Lake Hamilton goes into a scramble drill, Middlestat breaks off his route, finds an open space, and that's where he really hurt the Benton defense last year and is able to get in the end zone. And it looks like Jerry Clay's going to go for 2 right here and try to tie this thing up before half.
48 seconds left to play as it is right now. 21-19 our score. Oh my goodness, flags on the plays. It looks like Benton jumps off sides.
Half the distance.
That'll move it to about the 1.5-yard line.
Man, not what you want to see. Scoring update, Glenn Rose leading Center Point 42-0 in the second quarter.
Start the clock.
So if you're from Center Point, warm up the fan boat.
Man, mercy rule that dude.
First down and goal from the 2-yard line. And this is where we have to turn up the defensive pressure. Sorry under center. Quick handoff. Eastburn busts through, ties the ball game as they go for 2 and get it. Benton and Lake Hamilton tied at 21 with 48 seconds left to go in the half.
Well, the shootout is on, Grant. We were wondering if we'd have a high-scoring ball game. We're well on our way tonight as Lake Hamilton, after falling behind 21-7, comes back with a couple of good scoring drives to tie this ball game.
48 seconds left to play here. Tony Stowers with another First Security Bank by the number stats update.
Well, the Wolves go 62 yards in 1 minute and 50 seconds, 6 plays, and we're tied at 21.
So back deep to receive for the Benton Panthers, Sean Carey and Ryan Rodriguez. Wouldn't it be nice if we could put some points on the board before the half in the next 48 seconds?
Well, that is definitely within Benton's territory when it comes to scoring drives. So plenty of time for the Benton offense.
Getting ready to kick it away, Ethan Johnson for Lake Hamilton. He'll tee it up. Here is the kick. End over end. It is going to be bouncing back into the end zone, and that'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for Benton.
You know, it looked like we were content to let that ball. We might have been able to field that ball, but you let that thing go in the end zone. No time runs off the clock. Nobody ever turned over a touchback. So maybe we're thinking here that we're going to try to do a little something with this.
Yeah, you never know with Coach Nethery. I tell you, this is where he really reaches into his bag of tricks here. And we've seen the old victory formation fumble-rooski play a time or two. Let's see what happens.
I'm almost scared to know. Trips to the right. And now here we go. Bogart trying to hand off to Carey. He's going to be stopped and stuffed behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
That was Houston Nutt's favorite play, the old smoke draw.
Yep.
And dropped for a loss right there.
And it worked about as effectively as the Nutt era.
I remember a game where Bum Phillips he just passed away, bless his heart, and was so frustrated he looked at one of his coordinators and said, "Run the Bummerooski." So maybe we got a Bummerooski up our sleeve.
I think we're just going to let this thing run out here.
I saw a comic that had Bum Phillips walking to the pearly gates. Hold on just a second. Bogart back to throw. Instead runs up the left side, gets up to the 25-yard line as time expires. And Tony St. Peter asked Bum Phillips, "Would you like me to open it or would you rather kick it in?" So there you go. That's our Bum Phillips memory of the night. All right, we've come to halftime here at the Palace on the Parkway. Our score, 21 apiece between Lake Hamilton and the Benton Panthers. Stay with us. The Saline Memorial Hospital halftime show is straight ahead. Lieutenant Kevin Russell of the Benton Police Department, not here to arrest us as of yet, but he'll be our halftime guest. Stay with us. More coming up on KEWI. All right, back deep to receive for the Lake Hamilton Wolves.
Back in Huntington, West Virginia, we referred to WU as that school to the north.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll just refer to Brian as that.
That school to the east. Here's an end-over-end kick fielded by Lake Hamilton at the 30-yard line, up to the 35, up to the 40. Wow. Go the Wolves, and on the return, that is going to be Josh Nazario, who scored that first touchdown for Lake Hamilton on their opening touch of the football.
Well, he's shifty, and scares you to death when he's got the ball in his hands. Grant, I got to say, I saw Miss Linda Jo Chenault down there at halftime. She said her husband, former Superintendent Corky's at home not feeling well tonight, listening to the broadcast, and we want Mr. Chenault to know that we love him and are praying for him and hope he gets better real soon.
I formation, handoff to the tailback, and on the run there is going to be Hunter Lipton for Lake Hamilton. He'll get up to the 47-yard line. Well, we'll certainly keep Corky Chenault in our prayers. You may want to keep me in your prayers. Mattingly beat me with his cane when he left the box here. I'm starting to feel some back pain here.
I tell you, he's using that thing as a weapon. Vote for me or else.
I don't know what he's going to do when he heals up. That's the problem. He's
by hook or crook, right?
Exactly. Second down and third. We've got several other people listening tonight that we'll get to here in a minute. Twins out to the right side, handoff to Eastburn, who takes it up the middle to the 49-yard line where he stopped and stuffed just shy of midfield.
Well, we talked at the end of the first half about how much success Lake Hamilton had just lining up in the eye and trying to power Benton, and that seems to be the adjustment early on that Lake Hamilton has made, picking up 2 first downs on 3 plays.
Also listening tonight, the lovely Jessie Johnson and her son Carson Austin. They're listening to us on the radio this evening, and we've got plenty of other people to say hi to as we move through the course of the broadcast. I formation. Under center, handoff again to the second man through. Good defensive pressure there by Benton as they stop Donnell West near the line of scrimmage.
That's Will Ashcraft leading the charge. Julio Gomez back in there at outside linebacker in place of Kyler Nitschke, also in on the tackle for the Panthers.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the 50-yard line. And we'll see what Lake Hamilton could do right here.
Second down, 10.
10-20 left to go in the first half. And now an I formation once again with Twins to the left side of the line, and a quick toss to the tailback. Donnell West out to the left hash mark, gets to the 46-yard line of the Panthers, a 4-yard gain, brings up 3rd and 6, but very late flags flying and maybe some extracurricular activity.
Well, there was a little scuffling at the bottom there. It almost looked like they were competing for a fumbled football, and apparently there was some extracurricular at the bottom of the pile. 2 referees threw their flags, so it was very apparent to the officials that there was an infraction.
We'll see what that brings up right here. Unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be the call, according to Mason Woolbright. Offsetting penalties here.
Grayson Fulbright.
You know, I love it, though, how Mason does it when he sits here in the back of the booth. He announces it in his PA announcer voice. Have you noticed that?
The PA voice of the Benton Junior High Dance Monday night.
Exactly. 3rd down and 6 from the 46-yard line. He's got a girlfriend to impress now, so we got to make sure we prop Mason up good. Back under center. Handoff to the tailback and running through Hunter Lipton. He's going to get down to about the 44-yard line. A 2-yard gain will bring up 3rd down and 4.
That's 4th and 4th down, Grant.
Hunter Lipton was tackled
okay,
by
4th and 4 to go.
4th down, 3.
Don't jump.
9:34 left to play here. We'll see what they do right here. It's like an earthquake here.
Big stand.
Everybody's stomping and making noise. Oh, man! Benton jumps off sides.
You know, it's the oldest trick in high school football when you got 4th and less than 5 to hard count it. And we had 2 guys jump right there, and it's going to give Lake Hamilton a first down via penalty.
I feel like I've been shot in the foot. First down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Jeez Louise. Lake Hamilton marching forward on a penalty. And now we'll see what they do here. Handoff, second man through. He'll run up to the 34-yard line, down to the 30. Breaking through to the 27 is Caleb Smith, the wide receiver. That's the first time we've called his name tonight. Lake Hamilton knocking on the door at the 29-yard line on 2nd and 2.
Well, Caleb's all of 5'6", 225. And just trying to stop a bowling ball there. Stone Paul had a hold of him high. Ryan Rodriguez takes his feet out from underneath him, and it's 2nd and short for the Wolves.
I formation once again, and now a handoff to the tailback, Donnell West. He'll get down to the 24-yard line, and that is a first down again for Lake Hamilton.
Tony, I don't like the way this game has turned here in these last 3 possessions. Lake Hamilton not doing anything fancy, just lining up and powering Benton between the tackles.
Yep.
Lake Hamilton's line controlling the line of scrimmage.
They are. Right now they are controlling the line of scrimmage. Big holes to run through. Kids running hard to bring down, and we need to bow up.
1st and 10, Wolves at the Benton 24-yard line. Quick handoff to the second man through. A good defensive stop there as Hunter Lipton is tackled at the 19-yard line by a Benton defender.
That's Jesse Benton.
From Benton.
Bringing him down in the secondary, and again, Lake Hamilton content to run between the tackles. And though it was a good tackle by Jesse, it was a big hole for Lipton to run through, and now Lake Hamilton's inside the Panther 20.
Jesse doesn't make that tackle, that's another 6 points.
So let's see what goes on here. 2nd down and 6 to go from the 18-yard line. Handoff, first man through, gets it down to the 14, close to a first down. 4-yard gain will bring up 3rd and about 2. 7:23 left to go. We're tied at 21. From the 14-yard line we go. Tied at 21, I formation. Back under center is Sorry. Handoff, tailback, gets through. Hunter Lipton down to about the 12-yard line. He'll get the first down.
Hunter Lipton was tackled by
7
Dylan
minutes
Murphy.
left to go in the 3rd quarter. We're tied at 21. Lake Hamilton trying to put some points on the board. 1st and 10 from about the 12-yard line, Tony.
5 first downs on this drive for the Wolves.
6:57 left to go here. I formation once again for Lake Hamilton. Sorry. Handoff. Eastburn up the middle. Gets up to about the 7-yard line. 5-yard gain on the play.
Zach Smiley on the tackle for the Panthers, and Lake Hamilton just controlling the line of scrimmage, eating up clock and eating up yards here to start the second half.
2nd down and 5 from the 7-yard line. Lake Hamilton trying to get into the end zone. This is a huge defensive stand right here for Benton. Let's see what they can do right here. Back under center, handoff, Eastburn again, marching through, gets down to the 1-yard line.
Now they're just playing rugby scrum down here near the goal line, just drive blocking and giving it to their big fullback Eastburn, and picking up 3, 4, 5 yards per play.
3rd down and inches, and now a timeout taken. Officials timeout on the field. 6:13 left to go here.
I think it's going to be a measurement.
They're going to see just how close they are to a first down.
Eagle eye.
I think they're short.
Tony Stowers, who hasn't been to an optometrist since the age of 3, saw that it's short.
4 inches.
6:13 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Your vision is much better than mine, my friend. Born with superhuman eye strength. 3rd down and inches to go for the Lake Hamilton Wolves.
Should have been a pilot.
I'm afraid to fly.
He'd be better than some of the ones I've ridden with. Tied at 21. Back under center. Sorry, trying to make it into the end zone. Is he there? He's close. A touchdown, Lake Hamilton, says the referee.
Well, and Jesse Benton has got the football all the way out at the 25-yard line. So I guess they say he broke the plane of the goal line. But, boy, the Benton defense is taking it the other way as the referees are throwing their hands in the air for a touchdown.
Well, I'd like to see a replay on that.
And that'll give Lake Hamilton a 6-point lead over the Benton Panthers, 27-21.
Can we get Matt Johnson to cue up an instant replay on that?
Extra point is up through the uprights and good. 28-21 our score, 5:59 left to go in the third quarter. We are back after this. This is Benton Panther football presented by Everett Buick GMC. Here's the kickoff. It is going to be short, fielded by Rodriguez. Bounces high in the air. Somebody's got to pounce on it. Oh, my gosh. Is this a safety?
No, the Panthers are back on it, but they're going to be at the 2-yard line, Grant.
Golly.
That ball took a high hop. Ryan Rodriguez flagged it down, and it ricocheted behind him up into the air and rolled around on the turf. Panthers are lucky to recover it inside their own 5-yard line.
5:52 left to go in the third quarter with another First Security Bank by the number stats update. Here's Tony.
Well, it takes the Wolves, who have the last 3 scores in this ball game, 5 minutes and 59 seconds to go 60 yards, 13 plays, and now they have a 28-21 lead on our Panthers.
1st and 10, Benton Panthers at their own 2-yard line. Twins to each side of the line here. Sean Carey right there next to Bogart. Bogart's going to go up under center here. Tariq on the keeper trying to push forward. Doesn't get hardly anywhere. 5:42 left to go in the quarter here. He got about a yard's gain, 2nd and 9.
And we saw Benton dominate time of possession in the first quarter and limit Lake Hamilton to just a couple of plays, and Lake Hamilton has dominated possession here in the second half.
All right, so 2nd down and 9 for Benton and the Panthers.
We got a hurt Panther.
And we've got an injury on the field. 5:23 left to go in the third. 28-21 our score.
That's Zach Pinkerton, our center, who was hurt last week down at Texarkana. And he is coming out of the ball game. Brett Strasner, who did a fine job last week, filling in for Zach, checking in at center for Benton.
We've got a high-power offense. Now is the time to turn it up. 5:18 left to play here in the third quarter. Shotgun formation. Carey there next to Tariq Bogart, now in motion to the right. Goes Carey, flags flying on the play before they can do anything with it.
Flags on the play.
And they're going to call false start on Benton. We were already at the 3-yard line.
8 flags for 40 yards on the Panthers.
And now we're marched back to the 1-yard line. To say this is disappointing is an understatement.
Well, that averages out to 5 yards, Tony, per penalty. So a lot of false starts, a lot of alignment issues tonight for the Panthers.
Yeah, the biggest penalty tonight was an 11-yard holding call.
If they get penalized any further, they're going to be sitting back there with the homecoming court. Man in motion to the left, and now Tariq back to throw, slings it up the middle of the field. It's caught by J.V. Davis near the 6-yard line.
Take it, J.V. picked that one right off the turf at the 6-yard line. 2nd down, Benton.
We have come to the end of 3 quarters. Arkadelphia leading Ashdown 42-0. And trips to the right now. Tariq Bogart back to throw, slings it up the field to JV at the 30-yard line. A big first down for the Panthers. Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down will bring up 1st and 10 from the 30.
JV with a great catch on a corner route, able to bring it in despite good coverage for Lake Hamilton. And JV, Tony, with how many catches tonight?
I've got him 10 for 200 on the button.
1st and 10 from the 31. Man split to the left to Sam Baker, trips to the right. Tariq slings it to J.V. Davis on the right side of the field. He's going to be ran out of bounds at about the 36, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 4. And, Jim, I got to tell you, if they keep on keeping on like this, hopefully they'll get out of that precarious situation that we were in.
Yeah, Panthers out of the shadow of their own end zone now, up at the 35-yard line. And without Colton Nix in the ball game tonight, we've seen JV be almost the exclusive go-to guy for Tariq in the pass game.
2nd and 5 from the 35. Trips to the left this time. Handoff Sean Carey up the middle. Gets to the 42-yard line to the 43. Another Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down.
Well, I really like that call right there. We saw Sean gash the Wolves in the first half running the ball. Sean, one of the fastest guys on this football field tonight, and like seeing Coach Nethery get the ball in his hands.
Holy smokes, here's a score we weren't expecting. Episcopal 15, the undefeated Barton Bears 12. Trips to the left, one-man split to the right. Back to throw. Bogart slings it up the middle of the field, nobody there to get it.
And Tariq trying to get it to JV again, but underthrows him that time about 15 yards, trying to throw it off his back foot. And Coach Gentry exhorting his offensive lineman to give Tariq some better protection as he had to rush that throw.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. One-man split to the right. That is Sam Baker. Tariq and company getting their final call from Coach Nethery on the sideline. Off the right hash mark, Tariq Bogart back to throw, rolling to the left this time. On the keeper instead, takes it to the 50-yard line, and that's where he's tackled. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
I'll tell you, the Wolves have done a great job tonight kind of containing Tariq. He has 10 carries for 56 yards, but nothing big, nothing long.
Yeah, they've done a good job tackling in the open field as well. Not able to bust loose in the run game tonight. Credit Lake Hamilton's defense.
2:38 left to play. Trips close in. Shotgun again for Tariq Bogart, who's back to throw. He'll sling it up the middle of the field. J.B. Davis was immediately pummeled by Josh Nazario, the wide receiver who also doubles as a defensive back for the Lake Hamilton Wolves.
Yeah, that's a big play right there on a 3rd down for the Panthers. Nazario with the kick return for a touchdown early in this football game, and a big defensive play there. So Stone Paul's going to drop back to punt, and the ever-dangerous Middlestead to return for Lake Hamilton.
Boy, you don't want to see. This is where Benton's defense has to step up and shine. We certainly don't want to get Lake Hamilton into a 2-touchdown territory here. The kick is going to bounce back at the 24-yard line, marked off at the 19. And that's where Benton will take over 1st and 10.
You know, though, we did move the ball out enough. We moved the ball 48 yards. We flipped the field position, and punting from our the 50-yard line would have been much better than punting from our end zone.
Absolutely.
2:20 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the 19. Wolves will be moving from right to left on your radio dial. It's getting cold out there. I'm starting to see lots of hoods and jackets, and it's football weather here in the great state of Arkansas.
And deer hunting weather.
2:20 left to go in the 3rd quarter. I formation with a handoff to the tailback, Hunter Lipton. Lipton knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive move there by Benton.
Andrew Perez and Austin Viner leading the tackle. Granted, halftime, I believe it got too cold for Fred Nita Swaim, and they made their way back down the old Hot Springs Highway home. We're going to listen to us on the way home. And some of our folks tonight have cleared out. A little too chilly for them to hang in there tonight with the Panthers.
We're going to have to buy Fred a heavier coat.
That's Fred Sr.
Okay.
Not Fred Jr.
Well, that's understandable then. Handoff, first man through, gets it up to the 24-yard line, 3-yard gain. They'll bring up 3rd and 5.
This is a big play here, guys.
Very big.
If Benton can stop them from converting here, then that changes the dynamic of this 3rd quarter.
Well, you flip that field position, and now it really comes back to your favor if you can force a Lake Hamilton punt.
We need to stay on sides. I have a feeling we'll get a hard count right here.
If you are just joining us, Lake Hamilton leading 28-21 over the Panthers. Handoff, first man through, stopped and stuffed at the 33-yard line, or the 27-yard line.
That was a good job by Will Ashcraft right there. They run that little inside trap to the blocking back, and a power eye formation, and Will Ashcraft meets him. That's a big stop for the Panthers. 4th down and a long one for Lake Hamilton.
40 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. 28-21 our score if you're just joining us. Number 1 Benton against number 2 Lake Hamilton here in the 6A South, and the Wolves have the lead. They're punting away here.
They had a guy offsides, big time.
And a flag flying as they kick it. So,
well, again, we need to watch. Sam Baker is back as a punt returner right here for the Panthers in place of Colton Nix, who we have not seen since the first possession in this ball game.
No, not even on the sidelines, without a helmet, street clothes, nothing. I don't even see 20 out there.
Sam Baker with no punt returns on the stat sheet coming into tonight.
So that knocks him back to 4th and 7 from the 23. Sam Baker will set up shop at about the 46-yard line, and more flags coming.
Well, if it's on them, we'll take it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, there's absolutely, yeah. I mean, they can keep flagging them 5 yards all the way back to the end zone for all I care. And now we're going to put Tariq Bogard in the football game in place of Sam Baker at punt return.
We cringed about this a couple weeks ago. I kind of like it now.
It does seem like a fairly good option tonight, doesn't it?
It does.
4th down and 12 from the 17-yard line. Starting to get some finals coming in. We'll bring you up to date on what we have. Just now we've got the third quarter coming to an end. Our score, Lake Hamilton 28, Benton 21. We'll be back right after this for the 4th and final quarter. This is Benton Panther football presented by Everett Buick GMC. There's Keith Brooks.
Catch the ball, get away from the ball.
The kick from Lake Hamilton is going to roll back to the 39-yard line to start out the 4th and final quarter of play here at the Palace on the Parkway. Lake Hamilton with a 28-21 lead over our Panthers, but a huge defensive stand, Tony Stowers, for Benton.
Absolutely, that was huge. Tell you, things have changed a lot, and I'm an old man. I'm 48. But, man, I was always
just
taught,
48?
and I didn't return many punts. As you can look and see, I'm not a punt returner. But if you're not going to return the punt, get away from the ball. Please get away from the football if you're not going to return the punt.
I always heard you played the trombone. Twins out to the left, and rolling to the left is Tariq Bogard. He'll sling it up the left corner to J.V. Davis at the 48-yard line of the Wolves. And is that a Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down? I believe so.
Yeah, it absolutely is, Grant, and it's good to see Tariq right on the money to J.V. on that out route. First down, Benton and Lake Hamilton territory.
Well, in the River Valley, here's an update. Double pass play touchdown for the Greenwood Bulldogs, and Rick Jones continues to attempt to drive Old Dixie down as Tariq Bogard flags on the play, scrambling all over the backfield, brought down at the 49-yard line. But let's see, holding is going to be the call on Benton, and that it's coming back.
Well, I tell you, the offense, Tony, just seems out of sync since that first just explosion in the first quarter.
Well, we scored with 9:40 remaining in the second quarter. That's the last time we scored, and you're right. Since then, it has been, and this is a big hold. This was 7 yards in the backfield. This is going to be a 17-yard penalty.
End of 3 quarters, El Dorado and Pine Bluff tied at 14. Good game going down in Union County at Franklin D. Roosevelt's gift to the city of El Dorado. First down and 26 to go from the 35-yard line. A lot of ground to make up for our Benton Panthers here. Trips out to the left. Tariq Bogard ready to take the snap. He's got Sean Carey to the left of him in the gun here, and he'll take it from direct center of the field. Bogard, Tariq back to pass, slings it up the right side of the field. Nobody there to get it.
And Sam Baker blocking downfield, and Tariq throws it to him. I think Sam thought Tariq was going to run with the football. Tariq throws it, and nobody there. And it's interesting, Coach Nethery is going to call a timeout following an incompletion. I think that tells you just how out of sync right now he thinks his offense is.
We'll take a timeout with them. Be back right after this. Our score, Lake Hamilton 28, Benton 21. This is Panther football. Welcome back. 28-21 our score with 11:10 left to go in the ball game here. Shotgun formation for Tariq Bogart on 2nd and 27. He connects with Drew Dyer. Dyer's going to be tripped up at the 37-yard line. Not much of a gain there, and that'll bring up 3rd and 25.
It's good to see Zach Pinkerton back in the ball game. He left on the last possession. He's back in there at center for the Panthers.
We've got 10:49 left to go here in the ball game. Benton has to get their stuff together and get their stuff together now. Everybody close in. Bogart back to throw. Tariq looking for somebody to gun it to. In trouble, sacked in the backfield. And now on 4th and about a mile and a half, we're going to have to kick it away.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that's happened in this football game. J.V. Davis has had a great night. But, Tony, there were 3 men around him that time. And yes. I think Lake Hamilton is going to take the position in this 4th quarter. We'll let you beat us, but we're not going to let JV beat us catching the football.
That's they made a tremendous adjustment. JV had 171 yards at the half, and they have definitely adjusted to that.
Middlestad back deep to receive now. As Stone Paul will kick it away for Benton. His kick straight up the middle, and it's going to bounce at about the 30, rolling back to about the 15.
Good roll. Good roll.
And now let's see what happens here. 9:43 left to go in this one. Benton with a lot of work to do, and our defense has to step up now.
60-yard punt.
Granite's over. Arkadelphia 49, Ashdown 7.
Ashdown scored, wow.
That Arkadelphia offense is unstoppable.
28-21 our score, 9:43 left to play here on homecoming at the Palace. One of our great sponsors, State Farm agent Keith Brooks, in the booth with us tonight. And now a handoff to the first man through. Chris Eastburn contained to the 17-yard line. About a 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, we see Daniel Clegg in the football game at nose man replacing Dylan Murphy. He makes the first contact there for the Panthers. Also Jacob Wilhite in there. Ben Brazel in there as well. And so the Panthers with a little personnel adjustment going with a 3-4 look here against the Lake Hamilton run game.
28-21 our score. And now they're going nowhere as Chris Eastburn stopped and wrapped up at about the 27-yard line.
Chris Eastburn was tackled by Ben Brazel.
Sorry, 22-yard line. Math was not one of my strong points. You know this, Jim.
Well, I was wondering, was it math or eyesight?
Both.
He went nowhere for a first down.
That's what nowhere for a first down to the 27.
1st and 10. And now on the keeper, Sorry gets up to the 30-yard line, ran out of bounds at about the 31.
Well, I tell you, you just got to tip your hat right now to Lake Hamilton. They are owning the line of scrimmage and busting big Chris Eastburn inside, and then he pulls it out, and Sorry keeps it around the outside. Big gain on first down, and they're going to mark this right at the down marker. Tony, what we got?
Well, I'm going. The chain crew moved, and I think we're trying to get the chains back right and then measure this thing. It's on the same sideline. It's on the visitor side, first down.
They'll move up the chains once again. 8:41 left to go in the ball game. Lake Hamilton leading 28-21. We can't let them score here.
The Wolves have 35 carries tonight for 162 yards. No big plays in there, just very methodical. 4 or 5 yards at a time, and since about the beginning of the second quarter, they have controlled the football game.
From the 33, Sorry back under center again. And a quick handoff to the tailback this time as Hunter Lipton will make it up to about the 36, about a 3-yard gain.
Stone Paul on the tackle for the Panthers. 2nd down and 7, and an opportunity now for the Panther defense to put Lake Hamilton in a 3rd and long. We haven't seen many of those here in the second half.
No.
And it's a chance for the Benton defense to make a big play here on 2nd down.
Got to do something here.
Oh, my word. Stone Paul trying to time up the snap and is offside by a lot.
Yeah, that was pretty blatant. And now that'll move. Well, that'll move Lake Hamilton up to 2nd and about 3 after a 5-yard penalty.
10 flags, 62 yards on the Panthers.
5-yard penalty against the Panthers.
It's a big stat tonight.
Yes, it is.
2nd down and 2 from the 41-yard line. And now another 1st down, it looks like, is Lipton.
Oh, man.
We got a flag on the play, is now a Middlestat. Got out to about the 31-yard line. It looks like the flag's going to be on Benton.
Well, I tell you what we're going to get, Grant. It looked like the Panther defense had played that very well. They're going to call a pass interference on Benton, and then I think we might have lost our composure a little bit and said something to the official. It's going to be 30 yards of penalties right here on the Benton Panthers. And I tell you, just a second ago, we were talking about Lake Hamilton being in a 2nd and 7, and we're going to have 3 penalties in a row. That's going to give Lake Hamilton 35 yards worth of field position.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10 from the Benton 30-yard line for the Wolves.
Well, with these 2 first downs by penalty, that gives them 3 by penalty on the night, and that gives our Panthers 12 penalties for 92 yards.
7:54 left to go in the ball game. 28-21 our score.
Tell you, the 2 keys coming in were hold on to the football and tackle well. And by and large, the Panthers have done that, but the penalties have been the Achilles heel tonight, giving Lake Hamilton some extra possessions as well as taking the Benton offense out of sync.
Absolutely. And you got to give the Wolves credit. They have held on to the football. They've not put the ball on the ground, haven't thrown an interception. They came in +5 on the season in the turnover battle, and they're +1 tonight.
Now another penalty brings it 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. And our Benton fans are livid.
Well, it looks like they have marked off not 1 but 2 unsportsmanlike conduct calls against Benton. And now the referees are getting together trying to figure out what the issue is.
Well, I think they marked this as a spot foul instead of just a 15-yard
pass interference call. So
it should have been 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, and then another 15 from
said, but he is getting the referees marching the ball back. So it's kind of turned into a little bit of a circus here, trying to figure out where to mark the football. They're going to put it back at the 29-yard line now. So
wow. Now Mo's moving it back 2 more yards. He looks at Curley, looks over to Larry, and now they're going to place it at the 31.
7:54 left to go here. Goodness, 1st and 10, Lake Hamilton at the 31-yard line. I mean,
well, we did get a pass interference call, and we did get an unsportsmanlike conduct call. So it's time for the Panthers right here to regain their composure and stand up strong defensively.
I know y'all make fun of me for my math skills, but
and I'm from West Virginia,
Handoff, first man through is going to be stopped and stuffed at the 29-yard line. Knocked back is Donnell West, and that is a big stop right there for Benton.
Yeah, Zach Smiley with a big play right there for the Panther defense. And I tell you, the Panther fans are on their feet. They're applauding. They're yelling. I tell you, those penalties have served to fire up the sideline and the bleachers over here.
They've energized for sure. 2nd down and 8 from the 29-yard line. Sorry, back under center again for Lake Hamilton. Quick toss to Donnell West, and he's going to be stopped and tripped up at the 30-yard line. Holy smokes.
Jesse Benton with a great tackle in the open field, and the train is passing through. Is that the 930?
The old 910.
The old 910, and its train whistle is adding to the atmosphere here. Great job by Jesse Benton, and it's 3rd and 10 for Lake Hamilton.
I hear that train coming. It has nothing to do with the railroad. His name is Jesse Benton. 3rd and 9. Sorry, back under center. A man split to the right. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout for Lake Hamilton. 6:41 left to play. Wolves 28, our Benton Panthers 21. Back after this. This is Panther football. Out of the timeout, 3rd down and 10. 6:41 left to play here. Twins to the right. Sorry, ready to take the snap. Drops back to throw. Instead runs forward. Can they stop him? No. He's down to the 15-yard line, and it's another 1st down for the Wolves.
Well, quarterback draw. That was a good call by Coach Clay. Zach Smiley and Will Ashcraft homing in on Sorry. He's able to split them, and he picks up a 1st down. Grant, I know it's hard to get that atmosphere through because we're in a box up here but we could hear the noise.
Yeah, and feel it.
Probably the best atmosphere moment in this stadium that we've ever experienced, in the Panther defense trying with all their might, but Lake Hamilton able to convert.
1st and 10 from the 14. Now's the time to turn up the pressure. We got to stop him here as the handoff is the first man through. He's going to be down to about the 10-yard line, and on the run there, tell you who that is here in just a second. Looks like that was Caleb Smith.
That's Caleb there, 5'6", little power back in that power I formation. He just bounced off Will Ashcraft. Panthers have read that play very well, but you're seeing maybe the Benton defense wear down a little bit as Lake Hamilton has controlled this 2nd half.
I formation and under center, Sorry. Handoff, 2nd man through Eastford into the end zone. Touchdown Lake Hamilton. And they will go up 34-21 over our Panthers.
At the 9-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, Benton led 21-7, and we have seen Lake Hamilton rip off 27 unanswered points here tonight, primarily on the ground. Just powering the ball between the tackles tonight.
Here is the kick, end over end through the uprights, and good. 35-21 our score. We're back after this.
Sean Carey and Ryan Rodriguez are deep.
Back here, 34-21 at the Palace on the Parkway. Lake Hamilton leading it. 5:34 left to play here. The kickoff coming. It's going to be end over end and fielded by Ryan Rodriguez. He bobbles it, gets to the 10-yard line, to the 15, up to the 20, to the 25, and that's where he's marked off. And with another by the numbers stats update from First Security Bank, here is the Tony Stowers.
Well, the Wolves take 3 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock. They go 88 yards in 9 plays and now have a 2-score lead. We're not sure, but we think it's 35-21. But upstairs, they think it's 34-21.
5:28 left to go here. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Maybe we need to get Grayson Fulbright to be running the scoreboard upstairs. Trips to the right. Back to throw, Tariq Bogart guns it into the hands of J.V. Davis at the 30-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd and 5. You know, this ball game isn't out of reach for these kids.
Not at all. Not at all. But we need to see the quick strike Panthers strike again. Not used to seeing a scoring drought of this long.
Trips to the left and shotgun formation once again. Tariq Bogart rolling out to the left this time. On the keeper instead, runs to the 30, gets up to the 35, gets the 1st down, ran out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Jeremy Hutchinson for State Senate first down, and that brings up 1st and 10 from the 40.
Tell you, Tony mentioned this earlier, but Lake Hamilton has done a good job defending Tariq on the rollouts. Anytime Tariq's gained yardage tonight, he's had to cut against the grain and go back to the opposite of the way he is rolling out. Lake Hamilton's just done a good job of getting defenders in his face.
Off the right hash mark, Tariq Bogart with trips to the left, taking the snap right here, and now a handoff. No, on a keeper, he'll try to run up the middle, evading about 5 defenders. He gets up to the 42-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play will bring up 2nd and 7.
That's a lot of effort right there for Tariq to get 2 yards. And trying to sneak a little option play in that time. Lake Hamilton read it well.
2nd down, I was generous. That'll bring 2nd down and 8 to the table here. Trips to the right now, and now Tariq Bogart back to throw. He'll sling it up the middle. Was it picked off? Yep. Or it looked like it.
No, incomplete.
Incomplete, thank you. That's what I get for sitting with a post in front of me. 4:18 left to play in the 3rd quarter, or in the ball game.
Man, go ahead, I'm sorry.
35-21 our score. Go ahead, Tony.
We're really missing Colton right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trips to the right this time. Tariq Bogart out of the middle of the field, dropping back to throw out of the shotgun. Now in trouble, slings it up the middle. It's intercepted this time. Picked off by Josh Nazario of the Wolves. He'll get to the 47-yard line before he's knocked back. And Lake Hamilton turns it over, or Lake Hamilton picks it off, and Benton turns it over.
And Tariq is having to be assisted to the sideline a little bit. I don't know if he is disappointed or if he's injured. But, boy, you can tell. You take one piece out of the puzzle, like Colton Nix, a vital piece of this offense. And, Tony, it just seems like Panthers have been out of sync a lot of this game offensively.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 Wolves. And now a handoff to the first man through Eastburn. He'll get up to about the 45-yard line. About a 4-yard gain to bring up 2nd and 6.
No secret to what they're going to do now.
Some of our Benton fans starting to make the trek to the parking lot. Not exactly real fans there. 3:42 left to go in the ball game. 35-21 our score.
Mason Woolbright chiming in.
2nd down and 6, handoff to the first man through from Nathan Sorry. He'll get up to about the 49.
Panthers trying to tackle the ball right there. Jesus Gomez trying to strip it out on the tackle, and that's what you got to do right here on defense. Try to force that turnover.
3rd down and inches for Lake Hamilton.
43 carries tonight for the Wolves, 207 yards.
And they had 90 at halftime, so their game plan has not been that mysterious here in the second half.
Handoff. Eastburn up the middle, gets up to about the 43-yard line. Another 1st down for Lake Hamilton. 2:52 left to go in the ball game. 35-21 our score.
I'll tell you one thing about Jerry Clay. He's a wily old veteran of Arkansas high school football. And he obviously, after watching the first quarter and a half, thought, I've got a little bit of a size advantage here. And he has just absolutely ridden that to what is going to be an apparent victory tonight for Lake Hamilton.
1st and 10, Wolves at the Benton 42-yard line. And now they'll stop stuff and be wrapped up at about the 41.
Well, you know, good coaching takes away your weapons, your best weapons, and that's exactly what they have done here. They have really contained Tariq. He's not ran wild when he's got out of the pocket, and they've basically made us one-dimensional.
2nd down and 8, 35-21 our score. And Sorry back under center. Handing off to the second man through. He'll get down to the 35-yard line.
Chris Eastburn was tackled by Will.
Third down and 3 for Lake Hamilton now after the 5-yard gain. Minute 45 left to go in this ball game. 35-21 our score. Lake Hamilton with a 14-point lead.
Third down, 3.
.125 left to go. Third down and 3. And now, wow. Sorry, back to the 35, down to the 30, down to the 29-yard line. 1:13 left to play in the ball game. 35-21 our score.
Rashad Porter rides him down on the tackle, but Sorry stays in bounds. Very smart play by their quarterback. And Lake Hamilton with an opportunity here to run the clock out.
You know, we had a 14-6 first down advantage in the first half. Both teams have 18 now.
Minute left, and Lake Hamilton is going to win it tonight as the clock continues to roll. And now the handoff to Eastburn. He's going to be stopped and stuffed at the 28-yard line, bringing up 2nd and 10.
Chris Eastburn on the carry.
2nd down, 10 to go.
2nd down, 10.
26 seconds left to play here. And now Lake Hamilton is going to take a knee into the victory formation, and they have won the ball game tonight. Our final score, the Lake Hamilton Wolves 35, the Benton Panthers 21. The law offices of Paul D. White postgame show is up next. This is Benton Panther football.
Elvis has left the building. Thank you and good night.